Hello everyone. I am Manas. So welcome to Layman Convo channel. This is the Masters Admissions Part 1 preparation video or live stream. So we are going to start soon in the next 2 minutes. If any of your friends are interested in knowing more about how to get started to go to Masters or PhD or any other higher educational field. So just tell them that a live event is going on and they can join, and I'll start soon. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm Manas. I'm from Bachelor of Technology, Information Technology branch of the 1721 batch. So I have interned at United Health Group in my and at the end of the third year. So I would just like to briefly introduce myself so that it would lessen some friction around here. So I have been in SVBH hostel in the first year, then the Tagore in the second year, and Malvi in the third year, and at home in the final year. So a bit information about my profile so that everyone can understand more easily of how I approach to take on the step of going for a master's degree after my bachelor's. Like I'm currently in the final year, but hopefully. So I participated in Avishkar every year. So it's a very good tech fest, and if you are from MNNIT watching this video, you should like it is mainly for MNNIT students, but I don't know if there is anyone else. So you should participate in Avishkar because it gives you a good experience of what you can do, which type of events you can participate in, and you can get to know more about your strengths also. So I have also participated in the hackathons of 18 and 20, and I'm currently working under Dr. Navjot Singh as he's my mentor for the projects in the department. And I have also worked with Dr. Mayank Pandey. I'm natively from Hyderabad, Telangana. So let us go deeper into the crux of today's program. So why masters or why PhD? So I'm going to explain how to go to masters, but I thought it would be better once to let you know why I'm even doing this video, or why do you want to think of masters or a PhD. So basically, all the bachelor's degrees that we are currently taking are a bit more generalized. Like if you take computer science, there are different varieties of subjects in computer science. So some might be good at algorithms, some might be good at systems. Systems include operating system, networks, and embedded systems also. or some might be good at theoretical part. It might be the automata, compilers, or formal methods, etc. So there are two types of masters specifically. The first one is the research-based masters. So in research-based masters, it's more about thesis work or publishing papers and going into academia more. But in professional masters, it's a more smaller program from 1 year to 1.5 year typically. So there, it's more industry oriented. Like all the courses that you get in professional masters are seminars from industries or any industry mentorship you get. You can go for internships more in professional masters. So most people apply for research based masters, as the research based masters provide you research externship as well as teacher externship. So those of you who are not familiar with RA and TA, they are like scholarships, or they are like funds so that you can fund your master's program abroad. As you know, master's programs are too costly, costing around over $30,000 per year or more. So all these colleges try to give you funding through these research assistantships and teaching assistantships. So going on, so what is PhD program? You know, like there are a lot of PhD scholars in our departments, in our colleges. So they specifically go into a particular niche domain. So they try to work on maybe just pattern recognition of a particular type of image or something like that, which has not happened much till now, but they want to take it up and bring revolution in that area. So I didn't. I just want to show this. There is a small thing. So PhD program includes coursework. So you first do some coursework regarding your area of interest. Then you go on to the candidacy, which is basically you have to pass an examination before you start your PhD work. So after passing that, then you propose a thesis, and then you go for the dissertation. So I'll just pause for 2 minutes here. So if you have any queries, put it in the chat box still here, and I will continue in the next 2 minutes. So hi, I'm continuing again. So there was a question in the chat box which said, the first one from Vignan, which projects did you work on as part of mini and major projects? Thank you. So basically, I worked on the visual cryptography area in my mini and major projects. So this project was actually awarded to my mentor, Dr. Navjot Singh, from the Department of Science and Technology, as a funded project basically by the government of India. So to the people, I think, I don't know how many of you are from CS background here, so I don't want to go too deep into the technical stuff, but it's basically encrypting images and maintaining network security. So there is another question, which scholarships for MS? So it basically depends on the type of college. So the main funding is from the teacher assistantships and the research assistantships. So every student is uh, let it be international or domestic student. Domestic in the sense a student of America or American citizen. So you are eligible for the first thing. You are eligible for a teacher externship, which is basically you will be paid money every month to teach undergraduate students at their college. So, and research externships, basically you work under a professor. The professor gets some grant from a private company or from the government of that particular place, and they try to give you some funds out of that so that you can work under them, and they get their work done also. So you'll get around some 2,000 to 3,000 or $4,000 max, not more than that. Depends on the place where the college is basically. So I think I've answered most of the part of the scholarships, and I will be covering it at the last when we get to the type of colleges, so you would be more understanding it there. Okay, so let's continue with the presentation. So why do students do masters or PhD? Like it's fine, we are in an NIT or an IIT or like other people who are locked down maybe. So you can think we are getting good placements here. Everything is fine. Why are students going for masters or PhD, or why so? So majority of them go for getting more interest in their projects, or like they got interested into a particular domain and they want to continue working in that, and they feel that they have not learned enough, like they want to explore more, they want to go in depth into their personal interests of that area. So or some people like doing research, they are fine with developing softwares and all, but they want to do the things that have not been done before. And the rest of them, it's fine, like, so some try to do research, some try to learn more of, so like some people might be interested in AI, so they will be going to learn more about AI. Or some people like to go to US or other places because the quality of life is better there, so that they want to live abroad, so they go for masters, and that they get a good job over there, they settle down. So for others, they go for the higher salaries that they are offering there. And I don't know, but I felt that it is shocking that India's job market is too competitive for students from all tiers of colleges to get placed at top companies. So there are different tiers of colleges in India. So not everyone gets into Google, or not everyone gets into Amazon. So many try to go for foreign education, get better degrees, study well, and then get a good job at a good company in the US or anywhere else. So what is the difference between pursuing higher studies in India or pursuing higher studies abroad? So I'll just pause to check if there are any comments. Okay, there is one again about the scholarship or stipend basically. How can I get money for MS if I get a seat over there? Okay, so as I told, there are different, like you cannot plan it before. So it's not like I want to go to MS and I want that they have to fund me all my education. So a lot of the things have to be planned looking at the previous statistics. So if at all there are some seniors from our college, I mean MNNIT, or seniors from any IITs or other colleges who have been to foreign universities, try to search them up on LinkedIn first. Okay. So then you would see that they have at least worked as 1 semester or 2 semesters as a research intern or a teaching externship. So this is the first kind of money that they get. So the second thing is departments offer fellowships or sponsored scholarships from their end, so that you can fund your masters. So some people who are very meritorious or coming from economically weaker sections, they can avail that opportunity, ask the department that they are facing difficulties. Then many colleges have this process of decreasing uh, the cost of their MS. So I think I have answered the both. So I'll just leave you on this slide, so you can just go through the points once, then I will get back to you. So you can just reflect upon yourself of what I am trying to convey here. Okay, so let's continue from here. So, studying in India or domestically, PhDs or masters can only be pursued at the top universities in India, like the IITs, IIScs, and few of the NITs. And what do you plan to do after pursuing masters in India? So, what are the skill sets or that you are going to get from doing masters in India? And what are the type of jobs that you may get after 2 years or 5 years after completing PhD or masters in India? And funding opportunities are a bit less in India, not for the masters or a PhD, for basically projects. So if you are in niche domains where you need lots of money to uh, do some projects, so it's a bit on the lower side over here. But it's always good to stay back at home and work at the place and help India more in becoming more advanced. So many people, that's why they go for MS or PhD abroad, and they earn good amount of money, they learn good skills, and they develop well, and they come back and they try to bring new startups in India and help it. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. So fine. Let's get into the admission process outline. So I'll first give you the overview of the whole uh, process, and then we will get into what each of these mean. Okay. So if at all you are in your third year right now, I'm assuming like there might be students in the final year also. So this applies to them also. This particular outline is fine for them also, because they have already passed the deadlines mostly to apply this year, so they can apply next year. Okay, so if you are in your third year right now, then you can apply, you can start preparing for your applications from June 2021. Um, it it is the correct time, I believe, so because you get a good amount of time for preparing for your placements also. If you want to appear for placement tests, so you would be having around 2 months to prepare. Like, I know you are attending CC queries classes and preparing, but you would get May and a bit of June, a bit of April at the starting maybe. So I think you can manage that. So it's better to start preparing from June for the entrance exams. So I wouldn't say them the like that entrance exams. These are not typical entrance exams as in India. These are just a filtering criteria in the US. So they don't use the GRE, which stands for the graduate record examination, for ranking you. Like in India, we use JEE mains or GATE to rank people based on their scores, and then prepare counseling basically. But in US, they just use it as a filtering criteria. So if a person uh, scores this much in GRE, I think he did well, so we can put him in the lot where we give them admissions first. And if a person gets this much in the English test, so then we think he's able to understand it well, and we can admit him. So these are just a criteria, but not the only criteria to be taken into for admission. So June 2021, you would start preparing for GRE or the TOEFL or any other exam. I would be talking more about what type of exams apply for what, but just note it down. Like, so June 2021, you would start. In July, I I tell everyone to please book your dates beforehand, because if you book a date, then only you would concentrate on preparing for the exam, because you would be paying around $200, around 180 to 200, 220 for each exam. So your dedication towards the exam increases. So if you book a date before, like if you book a date in July for September, maybe September 30 or October 1st, you would totally be concentrated in preparing a plan for how to study that particular test in the next 2 months. Otherwise, what most students feel is that, okay, we will start preparing in June or August and we will prepare for 1 month. When we feel confident, then we will go and book a date. But it never happens. What happens is, uh, you wouldn't you wouldn't be on the right track of preparing for the exam in that 1 month. And as masters or PhD admissions are very tightly scheduled. So if you miss a date, you miss the whole semester. So you have to apply again for the next year. So always book your dates beforehand. Be ready 2 months prior. Book your dates. So July 2021, you would be booking your dates. And then for those of you who might be from EC background, or maybe some from the mechanical background, electrical also, who want to do masters in computer science, or EC background students who want to do masters in robotics, or any cross branch change or like that. So you have to decide your area of interest properly. If you have not already done good research, then you have to look up what is happening around the world, what type of work is going on in those areas, and you have to make up your mind of what you want to pursue. So a good time to do this would be August and September. So you can look up all the areas of interest in that particular subject. Like if you take computer science, then nowadays data science or machine learning, deep learning, all these are trending. So if you want to do a master's specialized into that program, so first you have to make up your mind on what is the main thing that you want to achieve from it. So because you have to specify these things in an essay which you have to write and submit it to the college, like the college which you intend to appear to. So you have to first decide your area of interest. So as you can see, August and September, parallelly, you have to decide your area of interest. If you have not done it yet, even in computer science, deciding vaguely, I would do my like I would specialize in databases, or I would specialize in formal methods, etc., wouldn't help. Like you have to be more specific. What is that interests you in that particular databases? Maybe it may be database engine, or query optimization, or what is it? So you have to deeply analyze what you want really out of it. Because many applications, even though they are very good at GPA, he might be having above 9 every semester. He might be doing good at the GRE or TOEFL. Sometimes they lag what they want to do. So you have to write in the essay, I want to do this and that. So the people who are reading the essays or the admission committees, they feel that these people have good GPAs, good everything, but are are they really interested in masters, or are they just interested in coming to the United States or Europe or anywhere else? So they're hesitant to give a seat to such candidates, because these are all research based masters, and they want to make sure that they get people who do research and increase their college reputation through it. Okay, so let's get back to the August. So you have to, if you are from computer science department or the information technology branch, then you would be having a mini project in your sixth semester. This mini project is very helpful for you. So I would say, so this is the sixth semester which started for you. I think if you're in the third year, this is the right time to choose a good project which you are interested in, so that you can write a paper in around May to August. So I've given August here because I thought you would be busy with your placement preparation before. So it takes around 10 to 20 days to write a good paper. I mean, a starter type of a paper. So you can write it in 20 to 30 days, maybe, or 10 to 15 days. So if you write a research paper in the area of interest and the project that you have worked in, with the name of your mentor as the author, so it would really help to prove that you are interested in that particular area and you want to pursue something in it, and you have shown that you have the capabilities for it. This is very important and determines, like, it is a deterministic feature out of all the other things. So if a person has three applications on his table and he sees that okay, both of them have 9 CGPA, that's fine. So this guy has okay, this guy has an extra paper he had done, so he's leaning towards research. So I want students like that because he can help me in my lab work and research work. So that is where you have to be aiming. So many people try to tell get good GRE score. So GRE is for 340, so they would tell get a 325 plus and get a TOEFL of 110, you would get anywhere. It doesn't work like that. Of how people are thinking that GRE and TOEFL are like ranking systems and people will get at a good colleges through it. Good colleges have an holistic approach towards the process. Okay, so in August, preferably or optionally, if you can write a paper for sure. Okay, and only IEEE or good conferences. Don't write in the bad ones. Okay, so after August, like August 30 to November 5th, October 15th, or the starting of November. This is the time where you have to uh, do the work of your SOP and LORs. So what is SOP? So SOP is the statement of purpose. So what is the statement of purpose is, what is your purpose of getting admission in that particular place? Like you want to go to CMU. So what is the purpose? Why do you want to go into master's program at CMU? So you have to write a essay of 2 pages at max, saying about the preparation that you have made, the experiences you have in that particular area, why you feel you are a good candidate to apply to their program in for maybe AI, or CMU is good for AI, and Language Technologies Institute is also there. So SOP is mainly for detailing and giving your profile to them. So you tell who I am, what I have done, how I have prepared myself for masters, how I have done till now in my undergraduate education, and what I want to do coming there. So you might not be doing exactly what you have written in your SOP, but it at least gives them um, a overall view of who you are and what you want to do coming there and what you can give to their program. Okay, so and the letter of recommendations. So letter of recommendations are basically uh, a type of gauge. So they gauge you based on your LORs. So your professors, or if you intern at any place, then your managers can tell that he is up to the mark and I want to recommend him to your program, or him or her or others. So these LORs are very, very, very important. Okay, so I'm stressing it with too many very, but uh, the main reason is, how can the admission committees decide if you are the correct person? So they trust their colleagues in the sense, these admission committees are basically professors. So professors sitting at US universities or European universities trust professors at our college and what they say about you. So the professor will write that he's a good student, he has done well in his academics, he has worked under me, and I think he is ready and I vouch for him, and I strongly recommend him. So these type of letters really put you out in the game. So it would be the best to work from August 15th to October 15th or the starting of November on your SOP and LOS. It takes time. It takes time to write, because you write it once, then you revisit it again. No, LOS you wouldn't write, only the SOP. So you would revisit it again and you would be correcting it, showing it to your friends, showing it to the people you trust, so that you get the third opinion. Okay, so as I've told you, I've already started preparing for the GRE or TOEFL or IELTS or any other exam from June. It is the correct time to write these exams in September and October. Okay, so give your tests positively by October, because if at all you feel that you have not done well, you can give it again. So these tests such as GRE and TOEFL, you can give it multiple times, unlike tests in India. So GATE is only given for one time a year. The same way for mains. So I'm telling that GRE and TOEFL can be given again. So if you have given once in September and you feel that your score is not good, you prepare in October, then you can give by November. Okay. So once you give it beforehand, you can you will have an option to give it again. If at all you wait till the last moment and you take the test in November, there is nothing you can do because it's already December and all the applications lie in December to January time, mostly December this year, but some actually had in January also 2 years ago. Okay, so I think I have missed this one. You need a transcript from your college, like the transcript that is generated in our academic portal. It is actually an unofficial transcript. You would be needing an official transcript. So official transcript is the one that is signed by the dean of academics. The dean of academics signs it physically and it is printed on a different type of paper, and you get it from the college. So you can request the college to provide you the official transcript, so because you have to submit this in the applications. Okay, so this is very important. So you have to always be before, because colleges take a lot of time to schedule, I mean to send out these transcripts. If you request them, postage also takes time. So you should always be before in such things. Otherwise you cannot move forward with your applications if you don't have a transcript from your college. The web generated transcript will not work. They won't accept it. So you have to request the college around September that I want a transcript, so they would send it by September end, and applications will be in December. So you would be ready. If at all the transcript doesn't come, you can again pursue it in the college from October, ask them please send my transcript or something like that. Okay, so I would be taking a break of 2 minutes. I'll give you like I will put this slide on so that you can think on it, and I'll check the comments also. Okay, fine. Okay, so I will be answering the comments that have come on the comments page. So I think we have reached a good amount of we have covered a good amount of preparation checklist. If you have any comment, any questions or queries till now, so put it in the chat box right now, so we can allot 5 minutes to this, so that we can do it well. Okay, so I'll come from the top. How difficult is it to get into direct PhD program in top US universities? Okay, so the first thing is, getting into direct PhD program requires you to demonstrate the research capabilities. So if at all you have worked under two professors at least in your undergraduate degree or undergraduate college, so it would depict that you are well aware of what you are getting into and you want to do PhD, and this will help you in the admission process. So not everyone needs a master's degree to get into direct PhD. So direct PhD programs in the top universities get a lot of applications, and many of these applications have like the candidates who apply to these already have a master's degree. So you have to stand out of the pool so that you get into that master's, I mean PhD program. So it is difficult to get into direct PhD program, but if at all you have done your preparation in your undergraduate degree. By preparation I mean in the third year is a very crucial stage, because you have all your core subjects in third year. Like the second year also has good subjects, but the real coursework or the load comes in the third year. So in the third year you have to follow up with at least two professors in the subjects that you like, and you have to work with them. Let it be just for a month or 2 months or 15 days or 20 days. Take up a small project and work under them under that project. And write a paper for it. So then it would become easy for you to get a direct PhD admission in top universities. Okay, so then there is another one. Okay, what is a good GRE score? So as I have told, a good GRE score, it really depends. So it depends if you are having a holistic view, like if you are having a 9 CGPA and you have already worked under a professor, then if you have a lower GPA, then it wouldn't be an issue. But a good GRE score is really a aid when you are lacking at some other place. So if at all you feel that um, you are a bit low on your CGPA, or you are a bit low on your research part, then having a good GRE such as 325 or 326 or near to 330 really helps. But other than that, the GRE doesn't matter much. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't, I don't say that it doesn't matter means it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that above 315, anything is good, and it is relative to each person. So it is relative to you and it is relative to your friend. So if your friend is already having above 9 CGP and has already published a paper, then it doesn't matter if he has 320 or 321. It's just a filtering criteria and a aid for the people who are having a bit lesser profile. It helps them to build their profile with the GRE scores. Okay, so the next one is it okay for EC people to apply for computer science? Okay, yeah, there are many students in ECE who apply to computer science, and it is okay to apply to the computer science program, because in ECE also there are many subjects which are computer science related, and as you know, ECE is already heavily math related. So if you want to go into AI or machine learning or any other subjects, it is totally fine. Many people get into the master of science in computer science, and you would get in. So when do you think is the perfect time? You mentioned the window of August to September, 2 months, an exact time to go ask our professors. Okay, so if at all you are still online and viewing this, can you comment the college? It really helps. If at all, if you are from MNNIT, then I can uh, tell you in the MNNIT perspective. Okay, so irrespective of the college, so each, like, it depends on the professor. Some professors try to wait until the last moment to submit the LORs. Okay, okay. So some professors try to wait until the last moment to submit the LORs, and some professors are just right on available, and they just say, okay, just send me the link, I will submit it in the next week. So approaching them in August. So there are different types of like, there is a different way of approach. So first you ask them if they are willing to give you. Okay, so you can do it in August or September. August would be too early, but you can do it in September. You can just ask them in, like, normally, sir, I'm going to this so and so. Are you willing to give me a LOR? Is it okay for you? So they will say okay, so then it's fine, you have one. So you just in the starting of September, you just have a pool of 5 professors, or if at all you are confident that the three professors will give LORs for all the colleges, then you ask them and just put them on hold. So when you reach October or November, when you start filling the applications, then you can follow up with them and they would write it. But otherwise, you should always pursue it actively with the professor. Don't be afraid that the professor will think bad if I ask him too many times. If at all you miss this out, you cannot apply, and if you cannot apply, you have to go again the next year. You will waste a year. That's why. So, and how do you carry out with this conversation? Okay, so what I did was, I worked I was active with active in the college, in my classes. I used to answer, like I used to participate in discussion in classes. So I knew one professor very well, and other professor is my mentor in my project, and so it really, you can mail them. First thing is you can mail them. As many might not respond to mails because there are a lot of mails on the institute email. You can always contact them through Teams, or if not, go to the extreme step of calling them if you know them well. Okay, because it is a matter of your future, so you have to be cautious over here and pursue it actively and get what you need. So you have to contact the professor through mail first. Request him, I need a LOR for so and so thing, so and so college, so and so these many. So other thing that I want to say is, you have to be specific about how many colleges are you applying to. So if you are applying to 10 colleges, you have to tell the professor that I am applying to 10 colleges and you need to fill to 10 forms individually. Because you forget to tell them the number of colleges, and at the end you go and ask them, I need a letter of recommendation. They tell that I will only give 3 or 4. So now you cannot run to another professor and ask him, I need a letter of recommendation, because it takes time. So clear it out with your professor before, only 2 months before, how many letter of recommendations can you give. So then you can go and ask another professor that I need more, I need for these colleges so and so. Okay. So is it necessary to publish a new thing of some topic in research, and also elaborate on how the paper publishing works? Okay, I think this is a bit lengthy one. So I'll just answer the last two and then I'll come back to yours. Okay. So how many LORs would suffice? So basically every college requests at least three. So what I have experienced is, many people say if you submit four, uh, it might happen that they only read three and the best one might be missed out. So that is one fear. But every college requires at least three LORs. There are just a few who require two, but I would say three. You have to be on the safe side. Prepare for three, and then you can think about what you have to do more. So three LORs would suffice. How do bad papers affect in application of MS? Okay, so it is really a holistic process. Like if you have a good consistent CGPA, I mean, if you have been getting 8 every time and you just have two back papers in a particular semester, then you can explain why you have those. Otherwise, if you have consistent amount of back papers, or you cannot explain why you have those, then the top universities might not admit you. So there are there are tons of universities in the US which admit people. So then you have to choose the colleges according to your profile. Okay. So I would come back to the publishing a paper at the end, because I think there are a lot of more things I have to cover right now. Okay. So let's go on to the to understand what are different admission sessions in the United States or any other place. So the first thing is, there is a fall to September semester. I mean, there is a September to early December semester. This is known as the fall period. Okay. So there is another semester which is from January to May, and this is called the spring period. So if at all you want to start studying in a university in the from September month, then you have to apply for the fall semester. So this is called fall 2022 or fall 2023. This means you want to start from September 2022. If at all you're in the third year right now, you're in your third year right now. So you will be studying your final year in 2021 September onwards. So you want to go to masters in September 2022, the next year. So you have to start applying from September 2021. Okay, so typically everyone go to the fall period because lot of orientations are situated, I mean, are arranged in such a way that everyone comes at fall, and many courses are there for fall students. uh, and there is other semester called spring, as I told. Spring semester is also well, like well equipped. Like many people go for spring semesters also, but I have heard that the fall semesters are better than spring semesters, as orientations are well more in the fall semesters. Okay, so there is a summer semester which is just from May to August, and it's not much of worth. It's just for any research externships or something like that. So I'll just clarify this very well if there is any second year student. So if there is a second year student right now, he would be applying to fall 2023 or spring 2024, which means he will be in his final year in the year 2022, and he wants to go to masters in 2023. Okay, so these are about the fall semesters and the spring semesters. So we'll go to the next slide. So the entrance exams that are required. So one is the GRE, which is called the Graduate Record Examination. This examination is mostly requested by engineering programs, and this exam is for 340 marks. It is divided into two parts. First one is verbal. The second one is quantitative. So in verbal, it is out of 170. You would be having your English, and for a quantitative, it's basically 10th class mathematics. You would be having it out of 170. And there is a essay writing part, which is a bit different from the normal essay writing. It is called analytical writing. So it is out of 6 points. Okay, so, and there are I mean, there are three types of English assessments. There are actually four. One is TOEFL, second one is IELTS, third one is Duolingo, and there is a Pearson academic test also. So you can take any of these four depending on the country you are trying to apply to. So if you are applying to the US, mostly they request for a TOEFL test. If you are applying anywhere in the Canada, or some colleges in the US also accept IELTS test. Nowadays, Duolingo is also on the rise, so many people are accepting Duolingo also. Many people going for Australia take the Pearson test. So these tests basically determine how fluent you are in English, and they help the college to gauge if you would be able to understand the classes. So they have very specific cutoffs in these tests. So more than the GRE, you should be doing well in these English language tests, because they are having specific cutoffs for these tests. Otherwise, they won't admit you. So if you are going for a business school, MBA, or any business program, you would be writing GMAT. Okay. Okay. So if there are any questions up till now, um, please let me know in the chat box. Otherwise, I would continue with this. So maybe I would give you 3 minutes or 4 minutes to think about anything. So you can ask. I will answer this publication question. Is it necessary to publish a new thing of some topic in research paper? If done, and also can you please elaborate? So okay, it depends on the type of the conference that you are publishing in, because some conferences are very competitive, and only original research, new research is admitted into those conferences. But there are lots of conferences going on, but to have a good type of paper, you should always try to publish something that is already not there. So not there in the sense, it might be, see, if you are trying to create a robot or a small line or path following robot, if you are using your different type of algorithm which you think has performed well in detecting the line and staying on the path, then you can publish that paper with that algorithm. It doesn't mean it is the same thing. There might be hundreds of papers on path detection, but yours is different. So it really depends on the type of type of research that you're doing or type of project that you have done. So if at all you're trying to do image compression, and already so many type of algorithms are there in image compression, you are doing principal component analysis or any other type of thing. If it is repetitive, then it is not good. Like it doesn't help you in your admission. And also, if you write a paper in your area of interest, it really helps. Okay, so if you are really interested in going into AI, and then you have created your own model or your own neural network architecture for I mean, architecture is too big. So if you have tweaked something in the process and you want to show that it has generated good results, then you can write it, even though many people have done it. It's not a problem. But if you are repetitively doing the same work, then it is not good. Okay, let's continue with the university selection. So the most important thing is how you select your universities. Okay. So generally or typically people, what they do is they segregate their university selection into three categories. First is the ambitious universities, second is the moderate, and third is the easy ones. So ambitious means maybe I want to go to Harvard or MIT, Stanford, um, uh, Tsinghua University in China. If anyone knows, it's very good. These are all ambitious. So it is relative. It's like it's relative to a bit. Even though some people have 9.5 or 9.6 or higher CGPS, it is still ambitious for them because these colleges admit in a different way. No one can understand how they select students. So these colleges are the ambitious ones. It depends on the profile also. So if at all you are already having a 8 CPI, then you would be aiming something that accepts around 9. So these will be ambitious for you. And the moderate ones are your colleges which you can reach. So the colleges that um, are safe, like they are correct for you, or you think that I think I match for the standards of this college, so you would segregate them into moderate colleges. And the easy colleges are the ones which have already, like, you are having 8 and you have seen that some people with 7.2 or 7.3 also got admitted with less type of research background, and you think you can easily get into it. So it's good to have two, at least two universities of this kind, so that you will have some admitted at the end of the season, not have none. So it depends. So it is good to have moderate universities more, because you would this is where you would want to go. You don't want to go to a too easy one, because coming from a good college, you have to go to a good college again. Otherwise it affects your credibility basically. And then while choosing colleges, make sure that you choose a college which is near to the job market. So if you're choosing some college which is too away from the job market, like, um, to give a proper analogy, like jobs are in Bangalore, we choose somewhere east of India, maybe it becomes hard for going to interviews and somewhat like that. So the same applies to other countries also. So most of the jobs are in San Francisco or Texas or somewhere else, and we are going for some Idaho or something. So it becomes hard to search for jobs as an international student mainly. So take colleges which are near to job locations. Okay. So always be in contact with the MNNIT alumni. Search them on LinkedIn. Search with the USA filter on, or master's search with USA filter on with MNNIT college. So you would find lots of seniors in that. So you can check how they have gotten into. Have they worked for 3 years and then got into it, or have they gone directly? So you can contact them and get to know more about it. And then there is an app called Yocket. I'm not I'm not promoting it also, but it is really helpful. So you can check all the things related to admissions on Yocket. Okay, so I'll just pause here to answer this question. In our college, the official transcript. Okay, so irrespective to my best of my knowledge, so I have seen lot of websites, lot of college websites, irrespective of the medium of instruction, any degree from India needs a TOEFL or IELTS score. So this is for all the colleges in India, irrespective of medium of instruction, they require a TOEFL or IELTS score. And should we give TOEFL? Okay, so most of the universities in US accept TOEFL. Some accept IELTS also. But if you want to apply to a university which is only accepting TOEFL, then you need to give TOEFL. Because what is the difference? Anyway, in US, all the colleges accept TOEFL, so giving TOEFL is good. But if you're going for some colleges in maybe Europe or something, they accept only IELTS over there. So first, when you think that these colleges are the things that I want to go, or US is the place I want to go, then give TOEFLs. That is the best. Okay, so we'll get back to the slides. So as you're searching in LinkedIn, then you will get to know that MNNIT senior students or the alumni, they are getting accepted to few, like many of them have studied in few universities in higher frequency. Like you would find that a particular A college has 30 to 40 students of MNNIT in their masters already. So this clearly tells that that particular college trusts our college, and good alumni have gone there and performed well, and they are willing to give admissions to those students of MNNIT. And then the other thing is check the fees, the cost of living, and the job opportunities after masters at that location of the college, and how the seniors have done, or what is the cost that um, is going to be for your master's education, because it is very important. Some private colleges, even though good, even though you can reach them, they are too costly and we cannot, maybe not all can afford them. So it is always good to first check and then only apply. So these are few points that I think will help while selecting a college. So first, give importance to the GPA, and especially the departmental GPA. So the first year scores, the first year, first semester and second semester pointers uh, are not considered much. I don't say they are not considered at all. I just say that if you are applying for CS, if you are applying for EC, they really see how did you do in the EC branch subjects, how did you do in VLSI, or how did you do in power systems, like that. How did you do in databases? These are, they don't much see how did you do in chemistry one, or how did you do in workshop. So if at all you have a less SPI in the first year, it is fine. If you have a good or a considerable SPI in your department, then you have to consider yourself as a good applicant to that institute, and not, and don't think that you have a less CPI and you are not good for them. Okay. So then the research undertaken, such as which professor are you working in, or which professor have you worked with, or which area have you worked with. If you have worked, then you can consider yourself as good applicant, because doing some research in undergraduate is considered as very good for them. And then the main importance is for SOP and LORs also, because these tell that you are a good applicant, and the colleges really like to see what you have done till now, and the LORs really tell that you are the candidate that they want, because the professors tell that he's the good candidate, he's a great candidate, and we want you to consider him. Okay. And then only comes GRE and TOEFL. So GRE and TOEFL is not like a uh, ranking criteria that he has GRE 325, let him in, he has GRE 320, let him out. No, it's not like that. It's a holistic process. Okay. Okay, I will pause here. So if at all anyone has any queries up till now, they can comment in the chat box, and I'm doing this so because what happens is at the end there might be too many, and we might miss some, and I don't want to do that. So just let me know in the chat box. Otherwise, I'll continue in 2 minutes. Okay. So there is one, is the attested transcript same as the official transcript? So I don't know what attested transcript means specifically. So whom are you getting it attested from? So that is the main thing. See, the official transcript means you would be having the transcript directly from our Dean Academics. So it will be the physical transcript. You have to scan it and then upload it. So I don't know. I don't think you need a attestation from it from anyone else, because it directly comes from the dean. So it is not a duplicate transcript you need to get attested. So maybe if you want to give more detail on that, then I can explain. So we'll continue on the slide, but I'll just tell some uh, tested from Dean. Then it's fine. Like it's the same. So you would be having Dean Academics, the what we call that, the boxes with all the subjects, and then you will be having the Dean signature. That is fine. You can use the same. Okay. So if at all it is written web generated transcript, then no, it should be written official transcript on the header. Okay. So I'll continue with the slide, but I'll just tell 2 3 points. So you should always be ready with the LORs. So what happens is many times teachers will tell, okay, we are going to give the LOR, but by the time the deadline comes, many won't respond, many might not submit to all, or many might not give the LOR that you requested. Like you said, I have done good work, and I think I might, it is good to be strongly recommended, and they might say no. So these type of LORs will hurt you. So if at all there are not the correct amount of LORs, so you cannot apply that year, and you have to apply the next year. So you lose a year that time. So LORs are very very important. So you have to pursue this actively with your teachers. Okay. So let's get back to the slides. So what are the important details that you have to watch out for when you are applying? Passport should be readily available, and it should be valid at least for a year. So it's fine, but it would be good if you have a valid passport for at least a year after the application. Okay. And the transcript should be available. You should have the official transcript available with you. Without that you cannot apply. And SOP plagiarism is a big no. Okay. Don't try to see other person's SOP and write the same, because the university people have read too many SOPs. They have been doing this from a long time, and they can easily understand that this is not one's own work, because they would see repetitions from other places, the same type of lines, the same type of opening statements or the catchy statements. This would hurt you in your applications, but nothing more. So also no consultancy help should be taken for the SOPs, because they see, it is hard to write SOPs which are unique. So a single person can only think about himself, his life, and then only write well uniquely. So if at all the same person is writing for 10 15 people, he cannot write uniquely, and he will obviously use the previous ones, and he will just change 2 3 statements here and there. And this clearly affects you in your application, because it shows that you are not much uh, interested in applications. Okay, so I would be sharing few links in the description later, which are from the good colleges. They have given SOP guidelines themselves, which type of SOPs you should write, how you should write. And always visit the college website which you want to apply. If you want to apply to Stanford, maybe, then go to Stanford's that particular program, see the guidelines for the SOP. They give you that you have to write only 2 pages, share these things, write about these things only, write them concisely or write them briefly. They tell everything, so you follow each, oh sorry, you follow the process clearly. Okay. So also tell your professor clearly that please do not use the same LOR that you have given to other students, because some professors have a template for LOR, and they just change the name and add 2 lines. So as I told, LORs are also read by professors of other universities, and they have already read too many LORs, and they know if at all see, if at all a professor writes he's very punctual to the class and he is very active in the class, these type of statements won't help you at all. You might think that the professor is writing very well about me, but no. What you have to tell your professor to write is give in-depth details, like he has been in my class, we were having a topic about so and so subject, and he has given a very good explanation such as this, and I felt that he has the real potential from this, that. So you have to tell them to give the detail. The detail is what they want, because what the foreign university professors expect, that is the person who is writing the LOR knows about the person whom they are writing about, and they can strongly tell that they are good. Okay, so then create a good academic resume. So about the academic projects that you have done, give a good detail. Okay, do not use the same detail everywhere. Like if you're writing something in your statement of purpose, do not again elaborate it in the resume. Okay, so LOR should be clearly stating if they are strongly or positively recommending you. So some LORs are just vague. So they write he is a good student, he has been very attentive in class, he has always submitted his assignments on time, he scored very good marks in my class, and I think he is a good fit. No, it should be like I strongly recommend him for your admission program, and I vouch for him. So it should be confidently. So these type of LORs only help you. So there are different types of recommendations. There's a strong recommendation, there's a weak recommendation, and there is a okay recommend, like you just try to recommend him. So these things are more given weightage in LORs. So then letterhead is a must. So letterhead of the college or the professor is must. And professors, as I told professors, you have to ask before that how many colleges are you willing to give. So I'm going to apply to 6 colleges. Are you willing to give for 6 colleges or only 5 colleges? So you have to ask them, because for each college they have to fill a big form and as well upload the letter. A form means they have different questions in it. Is he a good? How do you rate him in this? How do you rate him in that? So they have to provide all the pointers for, like they have to give out of 10, I give 9, out of 5 I give 4, something like that. Okay, so don't simply take an LOR from a course you scored, like don't take a LOR from the course you scored below B plus. Okay, so B plus and above only you have to take. If at all your scores are not good, then it's fine, you don't have any other option but take it from them. But it would be good if the professor would tell that even though he had scored less, I have seen that he had given good explanations in the class. This would help you to mitigate that low grade a bit. And then the last one, which I think is the most important: plan the expenses of applications well. Speak to your parents about the fees and the loans, because applications are you are still applying and you don't know if you are going to get into the college or not, and you have to nearly spend around 1 lakh for that. Okay, each college for just application they ask for about $70 to $150 per each application. Okay, and the TOEFL score, TOEFL test takes about $185 for the test only, and the GRE costs about $205 for the test only. And if you have to send the score for each college, you should pay $20 for the TOEFL and 27 for the GRE. So this is too costly, right? So you have to figure out what you're going to do, and you get 4 free test score cents for each test. For GRE you get 4, for TOEFL you get 4. So you can send them freely without paying any money. Like you have to pay the test cost at least, so you have to pay $185. Then after writing the test you can send 4 test score reports. You have to be well prepared which college I want to send to, and then send to that college only, those 4 colleges only. So you wouldn't wait, so you would be saving $80 over there, and you would be saving around $100 for the the score sense of GRE. Okay, so choosing the country of study. So I would just pause to see. So okay, there is one question: how do I get to know if my LOR is submitted from the teacher's side? Okay, the it's not, the application is an interactive application. It's not like you fill all the fields and you just click submit and it's done. No. So there are different phases of the different sections of application. So in a particular section, it is about LORs. So you can enter your teacher's email over there and send the request. So after he fills it, it will be marked as completed. So you would know if he has filled it or not, and you can send the reminders again from the application, from the website only. Okay. So I'll get back to this. So choosing the country. So there are mostly people go for the USA, Europe, Australia, or Canada. So in USA currently there is a scare of H1B. Like there are different rules going on, but irrespective of what is happening, you will have 5 years to stay in the United States after you go for the including your masters. So if you go for your masters, you will have the 2 years, and then you can work for 3 years after the masters. Okay. So when you are working for the 3 years, you can apply for the H1B visa 3 times. Okay. So it is good. Like it is not as bad as everyone tells. If at all it doesn't work out well, also people shift to Canada from there, or go to other good place. So do not be scared. You're like coming from a good college, you have to go for the good universities only. Okay. So European education is very subsidized, like Germany or Netherlands. They have good research as well, and less fees as well. But the living cost is high in Europe, so that's a thing that you have to think about. And Canada is a small market. Like many of the companies just have office over there, because they're not like some people can get H1B, so they shift these people to Canada so that they can work from there, and also visit the US offices, as they're very close by, just 2 hours, something like that. So Australia doesn't have, not like, it doesn't have much colleges, some less colleges, not the beehive market of IT or anything. So it is good for residents. Like if you get, like, it's the green card type of USA, it is good. You can get a PR easily over there, it seems. So it's up to you to think more upon these markets which you want to take on. So I think I'm done with the part one of it. So I wouldn't be going on for the part two now. Don't worry. So I think that's it. So if at all anyone has any questions, they can ask. Otherwise, we are done. Okay, so I don't know much about the half credits, but I have seen that it's something related to 60 credit hours. So a semester counts for a half credit, and a full year counts for a full credit. So I don't know if it helps, but So what if we decide to work at a company first? Yeah, many of our seniors have done it. They worked at good companies for about 2 years or 3 years. So they get good good salary, and they can use it for their masters also, to pay for their masters. It's not a problem. It's just that you have to still be aware of what you have studied before, so that you have to state it in your SOP. So I want to do research, or I have to study in this particular field of area. So you have to be well aware still of those things, and you have to be in contact with the professor also. At least one professor's recommendation is needed, because most of the masters are research based masters and not professional masters. So you can take from your company's manager and those people also. It's not a problem. If at all you have worked in the area which you want to go, it's more beneficial. Like some people work in cybersecurity and they want to go for masters in cybersecurity, so it's very good for them. Some people work in AI or something like that projects, or databases, and they know more about it. Now there some people work in computer networks, like all the Cisco or any of those companies. So it would be helpful. It is fine, you can go for mm, a job and then also. But what happens is most of the people get carried away in their jobs, and they think everything is fine, going fine, we are getting good salaries, and now we have to go again study and again get a job there, settle down. So some people just drop their area in between. If at all you're steadfast on your decision, then it's fine. So do LORs from company HRs and managers? So HRs don't have any value. Company the LORs from HRs don't have any value, but from the managers they have value. Uh, but it really comes down to what are they recommending you about. So what are they writing about you? So if a manager tells that he has worked well in this project, so you are good for the project, but you are going for a master's program in computer science or in EC or any other thing, you are going for masters in a specific domain. So if at all a person is working in Qualcomm or AMD or those companies, then he can write that his manager can write that he has done chip designing, or this can help him in his. So but in software what happens is we work in the higher layer or the languages. So many times they lose some essence over there. But if at all you can cover it, it's fine. So the next one is a minimum B plus average in the last 10 half completed. No, I am not able to understand about it. Usually displayed as first class or first standing. So I think, are you telling that this is the requirement of a particular college, maybe? Like a minimum B plus average in the first 10 half credit courses completed. Uh, See, I think it means that in the previous semester you should have a B plus in all the courses, or the CPI should SPI should be a B plus type. I think so. Usually displayed as first class means, so they tell that so that particular semester you passed with a first class grade or first class division. So they're just explaining it, I think. But as far as I understood, so you should have a B plus means around 8.5 ish, maybe 8 to 8.5. Then you would be satisfying. Most of the universities ask for a B, at least a B, which means at least a 7.5. It depends mostly on the college. Like IITs, the grading is different. The steps are more larger in the credits, so they have around 6.5 onwards. So it depends. So I think we are done with the questions. So I'll just wait for 5 minutes. So if at all anyone is joining right now, if anyone wants to ask anything at last, because I don't know if we'll having any other talks like this. So I just wanted to share this one like this, because there were not many people explaining things when I was applying. So I thought at least this is the right time for the third years or the second years, or maybe the final years if they want to go for the spring. So I'll just tell this one. The final years right now they can go for the spring semester, even though you start working from August or maybe June, it's fine. You can apply for starting. You can start your college in January next year. So this is 2021, right? You can start from 2022 January, I mean. So you have to apply from June onwards, maybe. So now you can prepare and then apply. So it really depends. If you really want to go, then you can apply for the spring, or you can wait and apply for the fall again. It's just that you will still have connection with the university professors, so you wouldn't be. So that's the main problem, right? Professors forget us. I mean, in the sense we have big classes, so they really can't keep a track of everyone, so they forget people, so we forget people. So it becomes hard to request for LORs again and again, and it becomes too awkward for asking more LORs. So it's really easy when we are still in the college or just a 1 year after college. But company LORs are also fine. I have seen many of the uh, chat groups of colleges. They say company LOR was fine. Okay. So I just wanted to know which year everyone was from. Maybe I can create some poll or something. No, just wanted to know. So you can comment maybe, so that I would. So next time in the part two, I would like to cover, maybe not now, but I just want to cover what to do if we get a admit, like how to plan our loans, or how to plan the expenses, the I-20, the visas and all, so that you would be well aware of it before. So I don't know, maybe after, if I leave the college, then we won't be having all these WhatsApp groups to share the information. So I thought at least this would be there as a video so everyone can see. That's it. Okay. Okay, if there is anything else, then you can reach me out. I think, yeah, final year guys, I know you all, so you can reach me out. And yeah, I think most of you are CSC, like CSC, right? So yeah, do reach out to the professor soon. Even though you take their numbers, because many don't reply to their mails. I have mailed many. I don't want to reveal anything, but yeah, they don't reply to the mails. And it some really uh, don't submit by the deadline, because of which you have to take a lot of tension. So take the phone numbers, WhatsApp phone numbers, so that you can contact them. Because if you miss it, because it is totally it's like you will be working on this for a long time, and then if at all you would not be able to submit it, then it would be difficult. That's why. So yeah, if there is anything more, it's 2 minutes, so we'll close it at 5:30. It's already too late for everyone, I think. Thanks for tuning in this much time. I had at least 10 to 11 concurrent viewers, so that was good. Which are some of the good professors to ask in CSED? I don't know if it's good to comment on such things in live. Maybe they might watch later or something. So it would be good. Maybe I will. Can I message you personally? Maybe no. I think so. That's the thing. Uh, I'm not able to comment on it in live. That's why. So if at all you can personally message me, then I would do on WhatsApp or something like that. I heard a lot about the process. Some I asked some seniors also, so I have good info. It's fine. You can take our process are good. You can take good LRs from them. So yeah, I don't want to. Um, I don't want to professionalize this channel or something like that, but I would be posting videos like this so that it will be easy for you to view them when you would like to view them. Some small 3-minute videos like that when I have time or something like that, like how to start learning studying for GRE, or how to start studying for TOEFL. As this is live, I didn't prepare much also to tell you, so that I can prepare well, and then I will share those videos. So it's fine if you don't subscribe also, just search for the channel's name and then watch it, that's all. Okay, so it's 5:30. Thank you all for joining the stream. If there is anything else, last 1 minute, that's all. I don't I just feel that sometimes I will be typing like this and the person ends the stream, so I think, oh, I could have asked it, something like that. So if there is anything, I'll give 1 minute and that's it. We will go. So I don't know, there is a nice countdown over here. I would put it on.